Send me forward, say my feelings. But all the signals send me reeling, jigsaw feeling. Today's a special, special birthday. Let's talk about it.
Illuminati is a thing you need to watch out for. They want to depopulate and slave us so much more. World domination, I'll get into that later. I'm hardcore, fierce and sexy. You're just a hater. You deserve the ridicule because you're an absolute zero. I'm the keeper of the chalice, a rock and roll hero. I'm not an idiot nobody listens to, because I'm not a failure in life like you. Let's talk about Bill Gates and the mark of the beast, and the orgies in the streets at the Catholic feasts, and Bill and Hillary's human trafficking ring, and George Soros got the money to pay for everything. Socialism is for losers, working for the devil. Chumps that can't fight, they ain't on my level. It takes an evil one to try to debunk a doubter, so I'd rather die than stop talking about it. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out for the Illuminati.
Good morning. Welcome to the MC Too Tall Show. I am your hardcore, fierce, and sexy host, the master of sound quality, MC Too Tall. And yes, I've been doing a lot of political posts over the last 5 years or so. But what's really important is the music, man. The music. And well, prior to me doing these political posts, I was very active in the music scene, various genres within the city of New York. And one particular genre or music scene or party scene, if you want to call it, that I was heavily involved with was the goth scene in New York City. And as much as I like to gripe and bitch about certain key members that made me feel unwelcome and pretty much badmouthed me and got me to the point where I couldn't book shows, I still have quite a few allies. I would say 50%, maybe even slightly more than 50%. It's not as large a percentage as I would like for it to be, but at least it's either half or a slight majority of people in the scene that are allies of mine and still good friends of mine to this very day. I just can't hang out with them because, damn, that other 49% or even 40%. You guys are bastards for doing that to me. But let's talk about Siouxsie Sue. Sorry about that, guys. Just had to take my coffee break. George's Diner, guys. George's Diner, I'm telling you. Best coffee this side of Ditmas Park in Brooklyn. Anyway, Siouxsie Sue. A lot of people of the scene would probably get mad at me for calling her Siouxsie Sue and not simply Susie, and be like, oh, you're a poser. Okay. The rest of the people outside that gritty underground New York scene refer to her by the full name Siouxsie Sue. And if you really want to get technical, her name is Susan Janet Ballion. And today is her birthday. She was born on this day in 1957. Great year. Chevrolet put out a great car, the Bel Air, that year. But anyway, we're talking about Siouxsie Sue. She is a founding member of the band Siouxsie and the Banshees. She got her start following her favorite band around, which were the Sex Pistols, and she later became friends with various members of the Sex Pistols, and they just loved her. She has a good friend named Steve Severin, who co-founded Siouxsie and the Banshees with her. And the Sex Pistols introduced her to Malcolm McLaren, who ran this huge festival at the 100 Club at 100 Oxford Street in London, England. And let's just say, if you don't know what the 100 Club is, if you have any idea what CBGB's is, that was like their CBGB's. Just like the Ramones were a big deal at CBGB's in New York, the Sex Pistols were a big deal at the 100 Club in London. And up and coming was the band Siouxsie and the Banshees, who debuted in September of 1976, where Siouxsie belted out her version of the Lord's Prayer. Little trivia: Sex Pistols member Sid Vicious was her drummer. Later on, Budgie became her drummer. They became a happily married couple and split up. Still went on to do music after their breakup, but eventually Siouxsie went on to do her solo career. But 1976, very important year. She debuted at the 100 Club, as I said. She started really gaining traction that year. So much so, she was invited with the Sex Pistols to appear on the Today Show. Not NBC's Today Show here in America, but Thames Studios in England also had a Today Show, and it was hosted by a man named Bill Grundy. And he was a snappy, popular guy in those days, but his popularity plummeted when an eager young Siouxsie confessed that she's always wanted to meet Bill Grundy. And Bill replied with some weird, perverted, catch me after work kind of proposition. And Sex Pistols member Steve Jones said the famous line, "You fucking rotter." And from there, Bill Grundy's career as a TV show host plummeted. And I think he drank himself to death. No, the man's no longer on this earth. And I believe he may have drank himself to death. I have to look that up. But this isn't about Bill Grundy. It's about the legendary female vocalist, Siouxsie Sue, with those haunting vocals of hers. And Siouxsie and the Banshees covered very artistic subjects, like fast forward to 1985, for example. Who would imagine taking the tragedy of Pompeii thousands of years ago and flipping that into a catchy pop song? Cities in Dust became that snappy, popular song. I still rock that to this very day. Such a cool beat that I like to dance to. And of course, those influxes of the voice of Siouxsie over it. God, that's awesome. And Siouxsie Sue, age 68, she's awesome too. And big happy birthday shout out to Siouxsie. Respect God, watch out for the Illuminati, Follow and share my wonderful content, and don't be gross. Stay strong and keep kicking that slang. Kiss your boy in the building, hip-hop legend, recording engineer, underground rock and roll hero, ambassador of the goth scene in New York, MC Tuto. Yaha.